Welcome back everybody to day 9 of our 10 apps in 10 days. That's the hashtag 10 in 10. Today we're going to talk about SigFig, which is on the web, iPhone and Android, and the app is free as well. Now SigFig is basically like OpenFolio, where you can actually link your brokerage accounts to this app so you can have everything in one place. And it's like Yahoo Financing that you'll get the news on the holdings that you have within your portfolio. Now, some pros to it are SigFig. It's not a brokerage. However, they are an SEC registered investment advisor, and if you want to use their advisor, it'll actually manage it through Charles Schwab, Fidelity, and TD Ameritrade. Now, some cons to it are it's not a brokerage, so if you want to invest with their advisor, you actually have to convert your account to a TD Ameritrade account, and they'll do it for you, unless you have a Charles Schwab, Fidelity, or a TD Ameritrade account already. As well as the advisor is going to cost you $19 a month, and you need at least 2 Gs to work with the advisor. Now let's go ahead and check out what SigFig is looking like. Next up here we have SigFig, and that's going to be on the bottom middle, so let's click on it. And we're going to have a fingerprint scan to log in as well. That's a beautiful thing about an app to have a fingerprint scan. So as you can see, it's going to have an overview. It's going to have your portfolio. Now, I don't think every account links to this like Robinhood. If you want to add it, you have to actually add it yourself. But you know, an app like Betterment, it does add your Betterment portfolio, which I'll show you in a second. So it got your portfolio total. It's got, you know, how much that the previous day. So I'm down $32 in that day. The Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ were down. And normally in the market, if all of those major indices are down, then pretty much almost everything else is going to be down. Now, if we scroll down here, we can see movers. So these are just some of the holdings in there. You know, you're going to have there's Cisco in there, JCPenney's in there, a lot of these other things. So like this VWO, that's actually from Betterment. And you see that's a Vanguard FTSE Emerging Markets ETF. And that's just, you want to check your Betterment app or profile to see what's actually going on in there. You can see down there it's got how many shares I own, what the total cost was, and you see it's got some of the stock news based on this particular ETF down at the bottom. Now we'll click on data here. You can see the dividend yield is almost 2%. And let's go ahead and go back to the front. So we mentioned about that this app is going to have news based on the stocks you hold. So if we scroll down, you can see there's JCPenney, there's Facebook, Tours, because we own 4. So there's just all this news is going to come from stocks that you own or something similar, and you can kind of just see that information. Let's go ahead and click on this. So JCPenney is going to open up about this specific article. This is from Motley Fool, which is just kind of like a company that does like reviews. And let's go ahead. So I just clicked on, so let's see, cancel here. Let's go back. So if you see the button on the bottom, we have overview, holdings, charts, and manage. So we're in overview right now. So let's go to holdings, and it's going to list all the holdings here, and you can see, let's close that up. You can see that there's Betterment, there's E-Trade, and TD Ameritrade in there. So I don't have Robinhood in there. I don't have Motif Investing in there. They don't link them. You actually have to do them yourself. So if we go to quote, this is basically all my portfolio and everything that I own, including ETFs, whether if it's a stock or a bond ETF. You can see XLK is a direct ETF that I own, but the VTI, VTV are going to be Vanguard ETF that they've made. But then you have like Love, which is Southwest Airlines, and Ford, which is F right there. So if we go back to the holdings, and what we do is you can see an overview summary, so you can see how much you have and how much it's lost. And then let's say if we click on Betterment, it's going to have all those holdings in their name. So you can see, you know, the first one is a Vanguard, the second one is iShares. But if we keep scrolling down, remember Betterment is all through ETF. So everything in Betterment is going to be through ETFs. But if we go to E-Trade, then everything is going to be in here through going to be like, those are direct stocks. And you know, let's go down again, these are all direct stocks except XLK is an ETF. And so we go to chart, so we can see here asset allocation, there's 96% in equities, 3.2% in fixed income. Fixed income just generally means, you know, bonds, something that's of a fixed investment. And you can see on the global allocation, most of it is in the United States or North America, but some of it is overseas. That's what the dots indicate. Let's click on that arrow. You can see some of the portfolio is in Usually it's called emerging markets, but they're going to be in foreign countries. So there's some investments in Japan, East Asia. These are all probably through the betterment system. Estimated ETF fees is one fee breakdown there. Trading fees been $125. So that's when we say those commission fees can add up. And then your portfolio risk is it's at just below 1, so it's not too risky. It's going to have your annual yield down there as well. And if you go to manage, this is going to be for your actual, if you want to go through the investment people that they have. So it's just kind of some extra that they have. We click on more. Here's where you can actually go to accounts. You can add your account in here. So let's go to add account, and you can see all the different companies listed there. There's Ameritrade, there's Charles Schwab, Citibank, Citigroup, Edward Jones, Fidelity. A lot of these names are familiar. So and if it's not in there, let's say Robinhood's not in there, we can easily set up your account manually. So go to the bottom, click on the pencil, and you can just actually add in all the information.